Hello everyone, welcome to Kalia. This is Mia. I hope you're doing well. Okay, we are within the energy of the new moon as of yesterday. We're still in that energy. We have new beginnings in store for us, but just on the edge, just on the cusp, just a minute before, we are brushing up on a few things. I feel, and this is why I came on here today, I feel that there is an acceleration of all kinds of bits and ends that need tending to, and there's a feeling of there's a lot going on. There's it's like there's a few burners going on at the same time, all right? And that is because I know that it feels overwhelming, okay? I mean, we are towards the end of Mercury retrograde. On the 3rd of June it ends, and sometimes, another 2-3 days still in the shadow of it and still may be affected. But basically we're towards the end of reviewing the past. Enough, right? Let's move forward. But that's it. We are towards the end, but there's these bits. And what are these bits? These bits are bits and ends that we need tending to and brushing up. Okay, so whatever surfaces right now is something that needs work. Not a lot of work. Most probably work that has been done on it, okay? But whatever surfaces is still something that you need polishing and mastering, all right? Maybe from a new angle. And maybe and most probably also some resolutions, some new realizations together with these new challenges or brushing up incidents, okay? Realizations that are very important and that are part of your mastering or part of your evolution and will help you wrap up some issues, okay? So I mentioned there are a few things going on, and it feels overwhelming because, like I said, we have gone through this revisiting of the past, and so much has come up, and we're already on a long stretch, right? But first of all, the reason that there are a few things going on or tending to or dealing with, I feel, and at the same time an acceleration, like it's all happening fast and mixed up, and it may be confusing, but if you tune into the energy of this, you can maybe see how it's being done like that so that we do not get caught up too much on each issue. It's to show us that these are, maybe we tend to Or maybe we have in the past tended to look at these issues that come up and oh, boom. Here we go again. And oh my God, that old chestnut, right? But Spirit is trying to say, no, that's not what it's about at the moment. What it's about at the moment is really, really look at the timing. Look at the new beginning that's like, I mean, we all are in anticipation and we know that it's already in the air, right? So why, what the heck, why suddenly some issues? It's like it's bad timing, right? I mean, I need to be all wrapped up and ready. That's what it is. And at the same time, the timing plus the the fast movement and the few things at the same time and this confusion and this is to show us that these are really, I don't want to say petty issues, they're not petty issues, but they're tip of the iceberg of old mushed out issues, right? That were heavy and that we dealt with, that we worked on, that we had to go through time and time again. And like I said, now it's the tip of the iceberg together with new realizations to help you wrap them up. Okay? And not to stay there, not to be overcome by neither anxiety and neither guilt, because in some cases that's what's coming up as well within the new realizations, but I'll get into that. Not to get caught up, not in the heaviness of the issue, not in anxiety, not in guilt, not in resentment. It's all about forgiving and flowing, okay? Forgiving others, forgiving yourself, understanding that it's all, at this point, it's all about standing in your power, standing in your light, and tuning into your evolution and your vibration, keeping it as high as possible as ever, okay? Because that's what you need now to align with what's coming into your life, your destined path. So I said to Spirit today, you tricked me into not falling into depression about this. You tricked me because it's like these may be, like I said, normally heavy issues, and seeing them again and feeling them again coming up, or even having some realization that makes you feel guilty, just tends to bring you down. And Spirit says, no, 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 that's not what this is about. This is about the tricking issue that I'm trying to show you, is that Spirit is putting us in a squeezed position in which we need to deal, but we know that we're just before the door of our new beginning, in which we need to be all tidied up, shiny and high vibe. So there is no time or space or reason to go backwards, okay? You need to keep your vibe up, and so this has to be dealt with in a new, different way. It's not about heavy-duty clearing, diving into this muck. No, there's a little bit of muck coming up, yes, but we are to deal with it differently. And so how do we deal with it differently? Making sure that your vibe is high, making sure, again, your self-care and your well-being and your health is top-notch, top priority, like I said in my last video, and like I say always, right? So that's first. You know that only in that way you are top performance, and only in that way you get clarity, and only in that way you make the right decisions, okay? That's one. Two, I can see mainly two themes at the moment that we're dealing with. Maybe there are others, but these I feel to be two of the main issues that we may be dealing with at the moment. One is, as empaths, we tend to please others, okay? And we may have done a lot of that until now, and to our detriment. And that it has been should have been one of our lessons, okay? That that we are not to do everything to please everyone. It's impossible, and it is not our divine essence, okay? We have a tendency to believe that being spiritual and being in the light and being of divine essence is to be everything to everyone, and it's just, like I said, first of all, it's impossible. Second, it is not right. It is not of our essence, because if you do not honor yourself, then, and this has been one of the lessons, and I hope and I'm quite sure that in some way, shape, or form you have learned this. If you do not honor yourself, then you can be nothing to no one. That's on one hand. Of course, you destroy yourself. I mean, if you surpass your healthy boundaries and your need for self-care, your health and your well-being, then first of all, you destroy yourself. And secondly, you cannot help anyone. And we have all gone through so many different examples in our lives to test that to the bitter end, right? I mean, to the bitter end of the lesson, okay? To understand you have gone through so much, and maybe millions of rounds to master that one. And that is why I keep saying self-care, self-love, health, well-being, top priority, without which nothing works, okay? Nothing. Not you and not anyone that could have, would have helped or served or tended to or just reacted to, okay? So we tend to please others, and many of us are reaching a decision moment, and I think I talked about this a bit in my last video. You may be facing a difficult decision or decisions. You have to be loyal to yourself, to your well-being, and to your higher path, okay? You have a higher purpose, okay? Yes, it's coming to me. I did talk about this, but I'm giving a new spin to it, all right? God forbid I don't want to bore you. you have a higher purpose. You have had to go through whatever you had to go through for however long and however many times you needed to learn the lesson, all right? And so that is your old context. Now, and really recently, we have been in great preparation. All these change, the vibes, the change, all the transformation, all the recent time was about acknowledging our transformation, acknowledging that we are to change, that we are to evolve, that we have now a new chapter awaiting with a higher purpose, okay? And everything, of course, until now, everything, all of it has also been preparation and has really taught us what we needed and polished what we needed and really prepared us and gave us tools and wisdom and experience and everything we need, compassion, everything we need to be able to serve our higher purpose that is now in the making, that we are about to enter, okay? And so whatever decision or decisions you may have to make at this time, they may be difficult, they may cause you to part from your past or from your old ways in some way, and it may be very difficult and you may be disappointing others, but you have to understand one thing. You need now, above anything and everything, to listen to your truth, to your higher self, to your higher guidance, and your higher path, all right? And that may not coincide with your past or with certain others. And you need to understand that you are not betraying anyone and you're not harming anyone by serving and staying loyal to your higher path as well as to your well-being, okay? That is your divine guidance. That is sacred. And know this: serving your higher purpose serves the higher good of all, okay? Whether we all know it or not is not the point at the moment. On a soul level, we all know, all right? But each soul that has taken on a persona here on planet Earth with a certain amount of temporary amnesia, let's call it that way, does not necessarily remember and realize, okay? But that's not your problem. And that is part of your test and part of your graduation and part of your challenge to stay on track, okay? Because you will not serve the higher good of anyone if you fall back and please anyone else instead of serving your higher purpose and taking care of your well-being. Okay? You are actually harming others without them understanding. Of course, that is possible, more than likely. But that's just part of the challenge. You have to know that on a soul level and understand that you are part of a clockwork of creation that is set in motion. You have sacrificed, I'll put it that way, because it's not really sacrifice, but you have put yourself in situations where you have been led to feel like you're sacrificing to learn the lessons, all right? But now you're coming into your own, and now you have a responsibility, okay, to take care of yourself and to serve your higher purpose, which is sacred, and your well-being is also sacred, okay? There is no wishy-washy about this. Let it be sure, okay? Obviously, we have all free will and you do as you choose, but I really want to emphasize your well-being and your higher purpose. Serving this is the higher good of all, okay? I hope that's clear. All right, so that's one thing that I hope will help clarify for you. Obviously, there is a need, a strengthening and a need to gently and firmly assert yourself, which is part of the lesson and part of this evolution step, to make sure that you know who you are and make sure you know where you're going and what your choices are. This is the time to stand, okay, with all your being in your choices and your owning of who you are as a divine creation, right? And as part of this divine plan, okay? So there's no going back. If you go back, then we don't want to go there. You haven't done all you have done to reach this point, right at the cusp, right at the doorway, to go backwards and be your old self and give in to others and actually perturbate. Is that a word in English? Because destroy is a little bit harsh. Let's say disturb, okay? For lack of a better word at the moment. If you do so, you will disturb the process of your own higher purpose in the making and the paths of others without them realizing whatever their path is and needs to be, okay? So let's stay on course, right? Now, the second theme that I see is if someone is annoying you at this time and it brings up a lot of stuff, okay? First of all, the obvious. The obvious is whatever it brings up is stuff you need to work on. You know that. I have a fair guess that you already know that. But if not, look at it, okay? Whatever's coming up is something that you know, something that you may have gone through already in one angle or another, So here we have another version of it, another angle, maybe a new angle, and maybe a new realization regarding to it. Okay. So know, first of all, that whoever is annoying you is a soul that convened with you before coming on earth to annoy you, for you to heal something and master something. Okay? So you both convened to do so, and maybe even there is a mutual thing going on. Maybe there's something that the other person needs to learn and master. Okay? But you don't need to delve into that. You need to take care of whatever you need to heal and master. Because think of it this way: if you're moving into your higher purpose and you're moving into a new chapter, you don't want this kind of stuff going on, right? And the only way for it not to go on is for you not to carry it with you anymore. So somehow whoever is annoying you is showing you something that is within you. Okay? So it can be something, and this is the tricky part and the realization time. It can be something that maybe what they're doing is something that you may have done in the past. And so, and this can be a side effect, all right? This can be aside from whatever initially it brings up for you, okay? Maybe they're doing something that you've done in the past, or that you do and you don't want to look at, all right? Maybe another version of it, all right? And this is, like I said, aside from initially what it brings up, but that's another angle to look at. And in which case you need, or any other way that you may be harboring something related to whatever they're showing you, okay? And so in any case, there's something to look at, and you may, if you do touch upon something that you honestly look within and see that you do something like that, or you may have done something like that, then look at it and be honest with yourself that there's no need to feel guilty, okay? This is the thing that I don't want you to trip upon. And this is one of the reasons why everything is being done quickly and at the same time and swiftly and in a bit of a hectic and confusing way, so that we don't dig in and we don't start lowering our vibration by feeling guilty or by feeling depressed or by feeling anxious. No, we need to get the job done. That's all. And we cannot do it by going into any cave that lowers our vibration. And not to confuse, if you feel that you need to take some time to process and to be able to release, that is still a very healthy way of doing, all right? I do that and I still believe in it. But I'm just trying to point out that at the moment, the theme of the moment is not to go heavy on the deep diving and feeling and and no. Detect and remember, by keeping your vibe high, you are a platform for higher guidance, higher solutions, higher resolutions, clarity, okay? Don't go into a down space. Stay high, even if things are confusing, all right? Something hits you from here and then something hits you from there and you're like, no. Okay, I don't understand what's going on, but I know there is a higher perspective. I know that this comes to me for a higher reason. Maybe some of it I understand and maybe some of it I don't. And most of all, maybe I don't know how to resolve this, but I know one thing. I know that only if I keep my vibe high, I win this. If I need to rest, like I said, and then, do your thing to be able to clear density, that's good. Do it, right? But don't lower your vibration in any case, all right? Rest and replenish and allow density to clear and release, and most of all, release any resentment, whether it be towards someone else or towards yourself, because this is the biggest part of it, I think, is it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not what we are. It's not, can you imagine? Just imagine us, in the light before coming here, and we're like, okay, you're going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and yeah, okay, I want to go through this so that I can master this. And do you think that there was any resentment in all of this? Do you think that that was the intention? Do you think that no, on the contrary. We planned all of this so that we can actually master. And what does it mean to master? It means to find the truth of who you are, the source of you, which is light and peace, regardless of what is going on. All right? And that means regardless of whatever you have done or whatever has been done to you. And that doesn't mean that, if you did something wrong, then it's fine. It's you acknowledge, you learn, and you resolve to do better. But you don't go beating yourself up on it, because that doesn't help anyone. That doesn't help the other. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help creation. It's a no-go. For sure, okay? And that's really one of the, another one of the lessons in all of this, okay? We come here from the light into a lot of this density, and we came here to master our light within the density. And if we can, through that mastering, show others the way to do it, then we have conquered this density, and it will be no more. How's that for a plan? You think it's a good one? Does it kind of feel like it could be a good plan? Okay, so you can't go beating yourself up on anything, that doesn't help. And you can't go bitter because someone planned to do something to you, convened with you beforehand, so that you can heal stuff and master stuff, and then you stay resentful. And then where do you go with that energy? The whole plan goes down the drain, right? It's a no way street. All right, so let's stick with the plan. Let's stick with high vibe. Let's get this job done. Let's brush up our tippy tops and let's get on with it, right? Yeah. So stay high vibe so that you can align with your destined higher path that is already in the making. It wants to come to you, and you just need to align yourself with it, okay? And be gentle. Be gentle with yourself, with others, and give space. Give space for yourself and for others to process, and for us all to find our next step on our destined path, whatever it may be. Remember, we are all eternal. We all come from the same place, from the light. I'm not saying the same planet or the same star or whatever, but from the light, from creation. And we are all headed the same way and with the same destiny, okay? And so let others find their next step, and give them space, and give yourself space, and let also all kinds of processing of all kinds of things that most of it you don't even know. We don't even know what's in the making and how it's being cooked up and who's involved and in what way. We don't know. Just let it all come to be as it should be. And another last thing, a tidbit. If you have any issue with anyone, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but you can, and for one reason or another, it is not possible or difficult, let's say, to communicate directly. First of all, send light and love to them. If you remember the video I did on forgiving a situation, past or present, reaching a place of peace, and from that state of being, just sending good vibes, let's say, to a situation or to the people involved, without even going into detail. You don't have to start breaking your head about, okay, so we did this and I did this and you did. No, just to heal a situation, or and to heal the state of things. Remember that we are beings of light, and not everything is 100% logic and verbal. And start opening yourself up to energy. And energy means, without any explained reason, reach a place of peace, let's say something annoyed you, or let's say something you feel some guilt. Reach a state of peace. And maybe there are unanswered questions, and or you don't know the resolution. Let's imagine that you are just untying the knots, the clutter. Because it's like, it's density, it's an energy of density, right? So undo that, just undo it. Imagine something soft and fluffy and beautiful with a nice aroma of a beautiful flower, and turn it into something nice. So on an energetic level, you feel peace and light and love. Without going into any details, just you have this knowing that above any intricacies, any little issues, little or big, you know that above and beyond it all, we are peace and we are light, all of us, whether we realize it at the moment or not. And so reach that place, okay? Breathing is a beautiful thing, a gift that we can bring in, so that we bring in more oxygen and we bring in the divine to help us out with this. And again, without any logic, let's be artists in the air. And without any logic, we just create whatever you feel like creating, okay? But we turn the dense energy into something cool and light and fluffy, right? And now it feels nice, and I don't know why, and I don't want to know why. I just know that that is my real being, and I know that it is the real being of the other, okay? Because we are all from the same creation of light. So be in that energy. Whatever image or sensation or feeling that you want to put into it, all right? And from that place, send that energy to the situation or to the other person or persons. Now, if you want to go verbal within this energetic transmission, then you can. You can say, look, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, I didn't realize, or, that's annoying me, but I know I can find peace within whatever you feel like you need to do. It's your choices. I'm finding peace, okay? And I'm sending you that peace for you, okay? Whatever, for example. And or, like I said, you don't have to go verbal. Of course, obviously, if there is something specific that you would like to say and deliver, and you don't feel like it's right or it's possible or it's easy to communicate directly, then you can say it within this kind of delivery, okay? Whatever it is. But if not, just stay vague and stay in energy. And maybe this is the time to start developing that, because we are all energy, and everything we do and everything we create is from energy. So it is our intentions that move us forward or backwards, creating or destroying. Okay? And so that all of that is energy. So start getting used to, there's a fly, I don't know if you hear it. Start getting used to feeling, sensing. I normally let them out and guide them out, but I don't want to take away from the video. So, whoops, I did it. I'm so happy when a fly feels caged in and I manage to guide them out. Okay? Get used to or get acquainted already with the idea of energy. We can do magnificent things. I mean, like I said, everything we do is energy already, but try to, I don't know, do some exercises to get acquainted with this idea of being less in the physical and more in energetic transmissions or sensations or healing. Okay? For yourself, first of all, and for situations. Okay, I touched upon this. I don't think I should go further at the moment, but I hope this has given you another dimension, because remember, we are evolving and we are moving into higher realms of our existence, and this is part of it. Okay, realizing, acknowledging, learning more about all of who we are, and not staying only in a limited context of this box that we have been taught that is who we are, right? We're more than that. We're ever expansive, ever evolving, limitless. Start opening up to more, because you are more. Okay? I hope this has helped someone today, and I'm sending you much light and love.